To all the ancient ancestors, known and unknown, that brought forth the ancient consciousness through our DNA, we say thank you. We say Ashe.
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 All right. Well, this evening, we got a little bit to cover. But I first want to start off thanking those that's in consciousness, those that will be seeing the DVDs that we're laying out in the near present. Hoping that those that will be watching these DVDs know that we have been studying for at least the past 15 years in this information. And we're going to be bringing you a lot of information. We got a lot of sisters and brothers that will be doing DVDs to put this information out so that everyone know that we here in the Mecca, known as Chicago, we are holding it down here, the conscious few that are in consciousness. Adding to those that's around in the consciousness, continue to teach. We're all one sisterhood, one brotherhood doing this. Tonight I want to share on Imitators of the Goddess. Now, a few Wednesdays ago, I was sharing with all of us, that the reason why our history is not really known, and the reason why we don't really know who we are and where we've been, is because we don't have the understanding or understanding of who the black woman is. And this is one of the reasons why the history is not being properly understood or understood, because we do not know where she came from. We do not know that we came from her. So tonight is going to be the beginning of many classes and gatherings of recognizing the primordial goddess, the Great Mother. Amongst the ancient Africans all over the world, we recognize the Great Mother, the Divine Mother, known by many names and many cultures. So tonight we'll get into Imitators of the Goddess. We're going to see that not only did man imitate the goddess, but the gods also imitated her. What they done was they took all the attributes that was once given to the Great Mother and applied it to themselves. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into the Chrome. This is the Chrome by Barbara G. Walker. Barbara G. Walker. She wrote the book, The Chrome. Can you get turn it sideways so you can see the title? You got it? All right. In her book on page 129, in her book, I'm going to read this one. We always need scholarship. Always have a scholarship so that others can go back and see for themselves what you're saying. So that no one says, oh, high priest saying this, or no one saying anyone saying this, or they just told me off the top of their head. Have the scholarship. Have the proof. And it says here, the laws of the church took away most of women's traditional robes, one by one. Who took away the roles of the woman? The church. The laws of the church took away most of women's traditional roles, one by one. That'll be in the priestess. The original priests were women, especially the black woman, the Moorish woman. They've asserted the title of midwife, healer, landowner, lawmaker, judge, historian, craftswoman, merchant, record keeper, spiritual advisor, prophet, funerary official. She embalmed the dead. She took care of those that passed on. Got them prepared for rites of passage onto the next realm. The women did this. Intermediary between heaven and earth. She was intermediary. She was the guide to the spirit and to the physical world. Through her, we was able to tap into the physical and to the spiritual realms. So all those roles I just named, she held those titles. Now it's being absurd by men. The African man had no problem with her in this role, in these roles that she was in. It said the only female role men could not observe was that of a mother. But they tried to take it away from women conceptually and symbolically. So although they couldn't take the role from her as being a mother, they took it from her conceptually. Meaning now that everything she was represented as the life giver, now the fathers of the church took that from her and applied it to the male. Saying now he is the life giver, or she is just the mere soil where the child dwelt. But the life is dwelt in the father's seed. But in her there is no life. This is what the religions today have done. One by one, they've taken the roles from her, one by one. Okay, so we're getting into the imitators of the goddess. So we're bringing some heavy scholarship tonight. We're going to start off with Gerald Massey, the author of Ancient Egypt, Light of the World. He's also written the books Natural Genesis, Book of Beginnings. Gerald Massey Lectures is one of the best ones you can get if you can't get the other two volumes, which are Book of Beginnings is a 2-volume book, Natural Genesis and his last one, Ancient Egypt, Light of the World. If you can't get those other volumes, you can get Gerald Massey Lectures, which is pertinent information. On page 434, now this is what the Europeans now is saying about us. Since we don't believe what we say, this is what the European is saying. Ptah is also portrayed in the image of a male mother. So all your pharaohs that sat on the throne or the lap of Isis or Set were all recognized as male mothers. Not fathers, male mothers, imitators of the goddess. Here's the scholarship. Ptah is also portrayed in the image of a male mother. He is the earliest type of the god with a womb. He had a womb. All the pharaohs that sat on the throne were feminine. And if they was the male or male, they represented the great goddess. They were representative of the great mother. I'm going to read that again. It says, he is the earliest type of the god with a womb, in whom the male and female nature were united in a bound parent. So he combined both the male and female element, which we call the feminine. Not masculine or feminine. We call it the feminine. It's the female, male, and men, and there's the number 9. So the feminine is a spiritual energy that connects and binds all things back together. And all the gods of ancient Kemet and all around the ancient Americas were representative of the great goddess. They took all the attributes of her and applied it to themselves. It says here, let me read that again. It says, he is the earliest type of the god with a womb, in whom the male and female nature were united in a biune parent, who was divinized as the All-One. The All-One. So the feminine contains everything. It's connecting everything and you bring everything back together.